Hi internet, so it's the night before NaNoWriMo, and by the night I mean it's 10:30 at night, and NaNoWriMo starts in like 2.5 hours, 1.5 hours, oh my god, craziness! But today I decided I was going to do my Camp NaNoWriMo survival kit / how my desk will be set up for Camp NaNoWriMo. This is pretty much how it's gonna look for now. Thinking in a few hours, tomorrow, couple of days, bomb. It always is. Just had to clean up the bomb zone so I could get it ready for NaNoWriMo. Really, let's go over the basics. The whole of writing books and technology that I don't want to sort out at the moment. It's really just a shit ton of books in there with a couple of extra mouses and batteries and anything that I might need. What you can't see is the boxes here that are really nicely set out that are junk boxes. I have my pile of notebooks for the stories. I also have the shelf over here which has just a shit ton of notebooks on it so that I can write in them and stuff. A book about the history of vampires in case I want inspiration. This actually inspired me in a different way in how culture changes so much, and I can really change whatever I want in whatever way I want because the book says I can. Add matches and a candle that has Cass on it, because sometimes I get bogged down and just like lighting a candle and sitting there beside a candle like inspires me. Also I really like candles. We have the snacks, which candy cane, because I just found it and it's a giant candy cane. Why wouldn't I want it? I have a healthy option of nuts, so bananas and stuff like trail mix, because I'm gonna need it. More cards in case I want to write more things. We come to the map, which really has everything I need right now. There's Scrivener open with my flip pads. Twitter, because you never know when you need Twitter. iTunes, because I love to listen to sound. I just love listening to music. A lot of people say that they can't listen to music that has words in it. I can because I know all the words to most songs. I also have a lot of soundtracks in there because I genuinely like listening to soundtracks, and that ends up in my normal playlist. And then of course you've got the internet. The internet I've classified on here because I found writing buddies really help you. Like even if it's just one person that you can bounce ideas off of or go, I have this idea, I'm thinking about doing this with it, and then they can ask the important questions that it's your idea, so you might not have thought about it. This has proven helpful in the last week especially, so that's great. Thank you, Liz. This is an ampersand cup. This isn't my only cup. I have lots of cups. A lot of them are actually mason jars that are also cups. Look at this one. This is caramel in it. The most important thing goes in here, and that's coffee. I use Geneva's, and it's just been super Brazilian. I love this coffee. It's just so good. The secret of the super Brazilian blend was developed in 1950 and still in the hands of the Geneva's family. Each origin in this blend of coffee is individual, roasted, and the beans are then blended to create an espresso coffee which displays a wonderful flavour and aroma of toasted caramel, rich chocolate, full body and sweetness that you will always enjoy. I love this. I think this is meant to be 7 different beans or something like that. There's a lot of different beans from Africa and stuff, and oh my god, I love this brand. This is my favorite brand of coffee. This is my favorite coffee. I don't put sugar in my coffee. I can, but I always prefer it with a bit of caramel. Now, you can get actual caramel for your coffees, like caramel stuff. Or sometimes you can't find it in the shops for whatever reason and you're too lazy to go to Raffles where you know they have it, because you also know that it has a preservative in it, so you just buy the Cuddy's thick and rich caramel. It works a treat. It's also really sweet. And then have the best part about the coffee, the French press, which it has only just occurred to me in my later years that I have coffee snobs for parents, because they're the ones that introduced me to the Geneva's coffee. Throughout my entire life they've used French presses. I've always thought instant coffee was shit. They've never used it. They've always used a French press, and I only know in my later years that most people don't do that. Most people don't do that. However, it's delicious. I usually let my coffee brew for a while in this thing, probably 5 minutes before I pour it. Might be a bit extreme, might not be. I don't care. And then have my little milk. Usually I put it in here because I also have a tea here, and this has Bailey's in it, as well as milk. But that's my coffee that I'm not drinking because it's way too hot. That's always there, especially if I'm writing early or plan to do an all-nighter. I always have a tumbler full of water because I'm too lazy to get up, and if it's not there I'm not going to drink it. I get super thirsty. I also just love tumblers. All the pens and pencils and anything that I might need. bits in here. I have entertainment here of playing cards. I have snakes and letters over there. I have multiple card games over here. A wallet. I've got like rub erasers and 2 chocolate Easter eggs, glasses cleaner and that thing. Yay! My phone, because usually if I'm at home it lives at my computer. It's just a fact. I also have, this is my single teapot, like single cup teapot that I got for my birthday actually, that goes with my tea set. I will be using this. I've already used it a few times. Like decaf tea or tea. Because sometimes tea is better than coffee, otherwise I'm up all night. The only tea that I don't drink in this is green tea, and that's because I like to like steep it, take it out. Green tea, yay! Then over here that you can't see because I don't think the lighting is good enough, I've got like my tape, correction tape, anything that I could need, bobby pins, I've got curl pins over here. These things because they're great for putting hair up with. I have lots of things. Going into the drinks, I also have Milo and a Dutch cocoa in the kitchen that I forgot to grab, and they're just my chocolate drinks in case I don't want caffeine and I want a hot chocolate instead. Now let's get into the real survival talk when it comes to NaNoWriMo. I think the things that propel me forward most are my quotes that I have all over here that were just redone last night because I was bored, and really it's quotes that I like from books or little things that I've heard, things to do with writing like show, don't tell, present to the writer, don't read up, don't just realise. Yeah, a couple of song lyrics. The interesting part I found with these as well is not all of them are quotes from books that I've read. Some of them are just bits from the front of a book. Like I've got a couple from The Murder Complex, Count to 3, Relax Your Mind, Now Survive, things like that. Temper us in fire, we go stronger when we suffer, we survive, from City of Heaven and Fire. There are a fair few from books that I haven't read just because I've heard the blurb and I'm like, ooh, I love that blurb. So they're just things that keep me inspired and working. I also have Donkey Kong, which you can't see because he's out of frame and I'm too lazy to move it. This is Donkey Kong. I love Donkey Kong. He is easily my favourite Nintendo character, and I always play him in Mario Kart, and I love Donkey Kong 64. Donkey Kong is inspirational Donkey Kong, because I don't know if you can tell, but he has a pretty intense face. Now, you take this face, you put it above you, you look up, he's looking into your soul in a kind of threatening, kind of like approving manner. He sits up here. The first time I put him up here was just because I had nowhere to put him, and now I'll be writing and my eyes naturally travel up to the left if I get bored or get stuck, and he's sitting there staring at me, either in an encouraging way or not so encouraging, I'm not sure. One of the other most important things, because of how fucked up this desk is, I don't know, at work I sit differently to at home, but when I'm working I have a Nerf ammo box filled with ammo and a gun that I rest my feet on. It's like my footrest. Started there because I had to be ready for a Nerf gun attack at any time, and trust me, I still am, but it's stayed there and become a footrest. The other most important things are Hobbit slippers. I love these things, they're so comfy. I also wear them at work regularly. They really need a wash. So comfy though. They're great when it's cold because putting them on my feet keeps me warm. Only issue is at home I'm not regularly that cold, so I can't always wear them. Work is perfect. Work I'm freezing all the time. To go with that, because I write at night, I have a quilt that I use to wrap myself in that my grandmother made me. I also have a crocheted blanket that my mother made me that I use because I get cold. Other thing would have to be my cape, like whatever. This is just warm and comfy, and I'll either sit like this, so it's kind of like an impromptu snuggie, or walk around with it and just feel badass, which can help depending on the story, not the one I'm working on at the moment, but if I work on any of the other ones, it's perfect. Then we have the onesie collection. I'm wearing one at the moment. I have this one, which is more lightweight and super comfy as well, and Charmander, because everyone needs a Charmander onesie. I don't know what's wrong with you if you don't have. Also just an array of comfy clothes, like all my NaNoWriMo shirts, which is why I also buy all my NaNoWriMo shirts super large, because why not? They're comfy. Leggings, hoodies, pajama pants. I have lots of large pajama pants, night-out singlets, whatever the fuck I feel like, really. But yeah, so that's how I've got my desk set up, kind of like my survival kit for Camp NaNoWriMo. The other thing would be I'm going to be filming a lot at this desk because I don't want to set up in my bedroom. I also normally have a laptop here that's permanently living in my bedroom at the moment on this thing that I normally use to put my camera on. So I have a tripod, but because I'm super fucking tall, I can't stand up and use a tripod on its own, and it usually has to be sitting on a bookcase, or I have this corner bookcase that you might have seen in some of my older videos, and that usually has a tripod on it. That is the perfect height for my laptop. The laptop's been living in there since I've been using it with my filming, and if I get inspired in the middle of the night, either I'll use one of the notepads beside my bed and a pen, or I like move to the end of my bed, open the laptop and run Google Drive all night, and it's been great. So that's staying in there and living in there. So it helps wind down my mind sometimes. The other thing is I've just done a whole shit ton of washing and haven't put my washing away in my cupboard for about 3 weeks, which if anything is going to help me this month, because whenever I do Camp NaNoWriMo or NaNoWriMo and I'm so inside my head, sometimes I need to get up and do things like clean or sort, and my OCD goes into overdrive, and it just helps to have things there that I can focus on rather than like putting away clothes or sewing or doing dishes, because I need it. I need it or I drive myself crazy. I can see myself getting a bit tedious this month with cleaning and needing to sort things, so that will help a lot. But yeah, that's really kind of all I do for NaNoWriMo and Camp NaNoWriMo. I've also got my notes up there, but because everything filming wise will probably be out here, I might not be in front of my normal bookcase, and my lights are out here too because of that, so we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna try and film a bit every day, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a lovely week. And enjoy camp if you're doing it. Like, there's a high chance that you're doing camp if you're watching this, so let's do this. Encouragements everywhere. It's like just over an hour away. I'm gonna have to try and edit this in an hour. Oh my god, this is frightening. Anyway, bye.